first, officials in Allentown now say that deadly car explosion last weekend was no accident. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Natasha Brown. A father who died in this blast with his 2-year-old son and friend is now accused of making the bomb that killed them all. Eyewitness News reporter Alicia Nieves is live in Allentown with the disturbing new information. Alicia.
Well, Yuki and Natasha, authorities say 4 letters sent by that father, an essentially suicide bomber, revealed this shocking outcome that he not only made the bomb, planted it in his car, but detonated it, wanting his son and a friend to die with him. For days, federal investigators have been combing through the debris left behind by last Saturday's deadly explosion in Allentown.
What happened here in Allentown on Saturday night was nothing short of a nightmare.
This was one of the most gruesome scenes local and federal officials say they have ever seen. Body parts were splattered along the residential neighborhood of West Turner Street.
My aunt did see that. She did see a hand right up the block over here.
They were from the 3 people killed. 26-year-old Jacob Schmoyer, his 2-year-old son JJ, and another 66-year-old man, David Hallman. Today, authorities announced they've concluded this was an intentional act caused by one of the men who died.
We are confident that this was an isolated incident and a criminal act by Jacob Schmoyer.
Federal investigators believe Schmoyer drove his car to the 700 block of Turner Street where his friend Mr. Hallman lived. Schmoyer had the explosive device in the front console and his 2-year-old son in the back seat. He lured his friend to get in the car and then detonated the homemade explosive device. Hours before the murder-suicide, authorities say he mailed letters to his family and police admitting his role in this explosion.
This was an individual who intentionally set out to commit suicide and do it in the most violent and destructive way that he could conjure up.
And authorities say that there is actually surveillance video of this bombing that shows moments before the blast, there were actually people walking along this street behind me right next to the car. Authorities do not want to minimize the loss of life here, but say it is actually a miracle that no one else was killed. Live in Allentown, Alicia Nieves, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Alicia, thank you. The Allentown explosion is also making national news.
Tonight on Inside Edition, we're going to hear from Jacob Schmoyer's sister, who says she cannot believe he would not only take his own life, but 2 others as well, including the life of his little boy.
I was there. I lived with him.
Right.
There's nothing. There was absolutely nothing to go with this.
JJ was my world. My life literally revolved around him.
Well, the only survivor of the explosion is David Hallman's dog, who is now suffering from hearing loss. You can see more of the story on Inside Edition. That's tonight at 7, right here on CBS 3.